Hi there, I'm Councillor Glen, and this is my weekly update for Saturday, June 14th. I'm actually recording this a day before on a beautiful sunny Friday, and I'm at Metric Park, the newest park in our community. Now, it's not totally open yet. There's some sports fields and a link to the Trans-Canada Trail that are still fenced off because we need to give the grass some time to grow in. But maybe the most important part is this excellent, spectacular play structure here that is finally open. So come check it out this weekend. It's at Metric Park. It's on Metric Circle, a little bit south of Abbott Street, and it runs right along Terry Fox Drive. So yeah, a great spot to check out on the weekend if you've got kids, for sure. For this week's updates, I wanted to start with a huge thank you to everyone who took part in our Welcome to Stittsville Multicultural Festival last week. What an incredible afternoon. Thank you to all of the performers and all the exhibitors. A huge thank you to the volunteers for your help and to my team for putting that together. We do have some photos that are on my website if you want to check it out, if you missed the event or if you're there and you want to relive it. Lots of great photos, so much color, so much diversity in our community. I did want to mention we're already looking towards next year, and next year we're hoping to find a local organization who could co-produce the event along with my team, my office team. So if that's of interest to you, maybe you've got a group that would like to participate in some more community programming, please get in touch with my office and we'd love to chat about that more. How do we keep making this event bigger and better for next year as well? Some upcoming events. There's one coming up this week on Thursday the 19th. That's one of my favorite events of the year in Stittsville. It's the Stittsville Porch Festival. So there are nearly 50 locations all across Stittsville where there are local bands and musicians who are doing free concerts from the porch. There's information on Facebook, and you can find information on my website as well. This event grows every year, and it's one of my favorite yearly events. So Porch Festival on Thursday. Now, this weekend, lots going on. Saturday, there's a Lions barbecue at the Lions Hall in Stittsville, Maine. There's a fundraising market happening. There's the Nnnipat lemonade stand in Fringewood. There's the Hazeldean Gardens car show. Information about all of these are on my website. Just go to glengower.ca/events and look for the event calendar for all the details. And make sure you sign up, register for our family bike ride coming up on June 22nd. That's next Sunday. We're going to be doing a short bike ride from Cardell Rec to Village Square Park, and it's always a fun morning, so hope you can join us for that. Looking back on the week, lots going on. I wanted to highlight a few things, though. I was at Stittsville Public School on Tuesday morning to visit Ms. Neffen's class. It's a grade 6 class. One of the students, Alex, wrote an award-winning story about the meaning of home. It was part of a Habitat for Humanity program, and through that he earned, on behalf of his class, a $10,000 donation to Habitat for Humanity, and Alex himself won an iPad, which is pretty cool. You can read the story that he wrote on my website. Actually, no, it's not on my website. It's on my Instagram and on my Facebook page, and I'm going to put it in my email newsletter this week. Really well done, Alex, and thank you to Ms. Neffen for encouraging your students to participate in that. I also want to say thanks to people who were at Thursday night's Red Cross Emergency Preparedness Workshop. Thanks to Tamara from the Canadian Red Cross for leading that. You can never be too prepared for an emergency, and unfortunately we're seeing emergencies more and more often, usually weather related. So please do just go to any search engine and search for Emergency Preparedness Canada, and you'll see resources from the Red Cross, from the federal government, from the local government. I also wanted to mention the City of Ottawa has an app. It's called Alertable, where you can sign up to receive alerts through the app or by text message or by voice or by email, and it's a really great tool to stay updated. So it could be anything from weather alerts to just what to do in an emergency situation. Your information isn't shared with anybody. It's only used for those alerts, and you can customize which alerts you receive as well. I've signed up, and so far we haven't had any emergencies, but when there was wildfire smoke, when there was some warnings about severe weather, I was able to get that in a really convenient way. So Alertable, check that out. Lots going on with planning and development in our community. I wanted to say thank you to folks who joined us on Tuesday for the information meeting about the proposed hotel and aquatic center on Palladium Drive near the highway in the Connections community. There's a video archive of that on YouTube and a summary on my website as well. This Wednesday at Planning Committee, the next phases of Abbott's Run will be considered for a zoning bylaw amendment. So there's information about that on my website. And also on Wednesday at Planning, a joint meeting of the Planning and Housing Committee and Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee. There's some city updates to secondary plans across the city. I won't go into a lot of details because it is pretty detailed. One of those affects Stittsville Main Street. Back in April, I shared some preliminary information. We've come up with an alternate way to deal with changes coming from the province around where to put more density and more development on Stittsville Main. And basically we're going to be focusing that on the northern part of Stittsville Main, so less impact to the southern part of Stittsville Main. I'm going to have some information up soon on my website if you're interested. And all of our development info goes on the website at glengower.ca/development. So check that out for more information. Also on my website, there's a recap of our transit committee meeting this week. A couple things I wanted to highlight. The new LRT to the east, west, and south, the eastern LRT to Trim is on track right now to open before the end of the year, so likely this fall. For the line going out to Moody, and also the other line going south to Algonquin College, that should be opening in early 2027. So it's relatively on track. These things do take some time, so we got a good update there. We also got an update on our bus fleet, which continues to be the main source when you have delayed buses or canceled buses. A lot of it is due to the challenges around bus fleet availability. We have an aging bus fleet and some delays in getting delivery of our electric buses. So we got an update on that. One of the good things is we found some used diesel buses that we're going to be acquiring from the Windsor area, Great River Transit, and that's going to help fill some gaps, some short-term gaps in our bus fleet until all those electric buses arrive. So again, there's information on my website about what's going on there. I also got some stats this week about some of the bus on time and service delivery since the new ways to bus. So I'll share that on my website in the next week as well. So a few other highlights before I wrap up. If you have a young person in your family between 13 and 17, they are eligible for a free workout pass at the Tony Graham Center, which is technically not in Stittsville, but pretty close, over on Terry Fox near Hazeldean. So 13 to 17-year-olds can get a free pass for weights and cardios at the rec center this summer in July and August, which is awesome. Let's Bike Month is continuing. Thank you to everybody on Team Stittsville logging your bike rides on the Let's Bike Ottawa app. Check out my website. I posted a map of some alternate routes and pathway shortcuts to avoid biking on Stittsville Main Street, which is a really not a safe place to bike. We've got some improvements coming to that hopefully soon, but in the meantime I highlighted some of the pathway shortcuts and side routes that you can take to move north-south parallel to Stittsville Main Street while avoiding the road, so check that out. And automated speed enforcement, speed cameras. There's a sign that's going up, maybe it's already up, on Abbott Street between Iber and Robert Grant, notifying that there will be a speed camera coming soon. This is a provincial requirement that we put up warning signage at least 60 days before that camera is installed. So a heads up about that coming soon. And one final thing, I wanted to give a shout out to a former Stittsville resident who I think still watches these videos. I got an email from him the other day, Boris, who's now back in Ukraine in Kharkiv. And I just wanted to say, Boris, it was great to hear from you by email the other day. I'm glad you're safe, wishing you and your family all the best. And I hope you're able to stay safe. And we're thinking of you and we miss you, Boris. So thank you for reaching out, and hope to chat with you very soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Take care.